How's it going, guys? So I told you that we were going to be getting a new tractor here, or we were looking at one. So I'm at this is our neighbor. It's like 10 minutes from our house. He works on John Deere tractors, and he's got this John Deere 7130. So we're going to take it home today. He said that we can run it here for a couple days, and then we're actually going to bring it back next week. He has a little bit of work he wants to do on it, but it's pretty much ready to go. This will give us a chance to see, make sure it works for us, and also if there's any leaks on it or anything, he said to let him know so he can fix it up before we take it home officially. Just letting her warm up here, and then we'll drive it home. So this tractor has the 4 ranges, A, B, C, D, and then 4 gears that are controlled with these little buttons up here on the handle there. So it's pretty handy. You can just shift while you're driving through those 4 gears. Pretty easy to shift. I can already tell this tractor's gonna like it here. I'm gonna back it in here. We're hooking up to the manure spreader right now. So I went and picked it up, got it hooked up to the spreader. Looks pretty good. So this tractor has 8,500 hours on it, which is a good bit of hours, but we felt like it was the right thing for us just because we're not going to be using this tractor a ton. We're going to be still using the New Holland for planting and spraying, and then this tractor will be for basically anything else. We can mow with it, or rake, manure pump, run the mixer if we need it on the feed mixer. Well, the reason we want to do the planting and spraying with this tractor is because the wheels are set at 60 inches to straddle 2 corn rows in between. You can run between the rows. This one's set a little bit wider. We're going to leave it that way. That'll be nice for when you're mowing hay. You can straddle the row. The other nice thing about it is you can turn sharper. These tractors can run up to 15,000 plus hours if they're taken care of. So it should have a lot of life, and I don't think we're going to be putting more than 200 or 300 hours a year on it. So it's, for us, we don't want to spend too much money on a tractor that we're not going to be using all the time. And this should be just what we need. So I've been traveling around looking at different tractors, and there's quite a bit of used tractors out there, but the prices are pretty high still. There's a lot of value in those higher hour tractors like this, and we felt like this was a pretty good deal. And we're getting from a neighbor that we know, a guy that we trust, and he's kind of going to stand behind it a little bit. So it's a local tractor. It's a one-owner tractor that came from a hay farmer. So it's 130 horsepower, which is exactly the same rating as this tractor has. The guy, when we were there, he put it on the dyno, which measures the horsepower, and it was pushing 113 PTO horsepower, which is more than the rating. It's rated for 130 engine and 100 PTO. It was pushing 113, so a little bit more power than we were expecting. And I'd be surprised if this tractor has 113. So yeah, we're gonna be taking this rig over to the auction probably tomorrow, and then you can see the rig we replaced it with. It's kind of cool to see them right beside each other here. It is the next morning now, and I just finished up milking. It's a little bit below freezing this morning. Should be cold enough that it's not muddy in the fields. Gonna try to do a little bit of manure hauling if we can here. Got a little bit of manure I want to take out at the heifer farm, so I'm gonna drive down there, feed them, and then we can haul. Mix feed first, that way it'll bring all the heifers out of the 2 barns and over to the scrape alley, so that way I can scoop manure out. Just checking on the heifers first here. It's nice to see some sunlight today. I want to scoop a little bit of dry manure out of the front of this barn, and then the barn over there has manure in it too. Definitely makes sense to use feed as bait to bring these up rather than trying to chase them all. I'm gonna start mixing now. They know what the sound of these conveyors means. This barn's all cleared out. They're all up eating. Once the feed's done running out, I'll shut that off and then we'll go get the skiller, scoop this barn out, and that barn down there has a bit in too. Didn't take much to get this barn empty. Gonna open these gates back up and then we'll clean out the other barn. Alright, let's see how she does. So I gotta say, this tractor is a little easier to drive than our New Holland is. I'm already getting used to it. And I like the ability to shift through 4 different gears with these 2 buttons while driving. You don't have the clutch or anything. And I can just gear up like right now. Just shift it, it's that easy. And it's smooth. Seems to have plenty of power too. Not having any trouble pulling this spreader. I'm gonna start my PTO up first. That was easier than the New Holland. Started right up without even bogging it down at all. Lift the tailgate up. Got the first load out. I'm liking it so far. Just gotta get used to the controls a little bit, but feels like it has a little bit more power than the New Holland. Sometimes when I get this drier bedding, the bean stubble in it, it's stickier and it's a little bit harder to run through the spreader, and it can bog the tractor down a bit. This one seemed to handle it a little bit better than the New Holland does. Got another load out, and that's all we need to take out for today. Just took 2 loads to get done what we needed to today. It's a little soft out here yet because it's not crazy cold. We're actually supposed to get colder weather tomorrow morning, so I'm going to haul a bunch more manure then. So just a good chance to get to run it a little bit here and get these barns done for the heifers. All right, my dad's here now. We're going to throw a couple bales of bedding in this barn. All right, we're good. So this morning we want to take this 2940 and spreader over to the sale. Hadn't gotten that done yet. We wanted to make sure it would start good at the sale so anyone could hear it running if they wanted to. Dad went and got 2 new batteries and put them in, and it definitely helped. It started right up. I thought it'd be kind of cool to get a picture of both machines here before we get rid of the one. All right, let's hope I don't freeze. Dropped it off here. The sale is actually in a couple weeks. What's the date on the sale?
22nd.
February 22nd. It's the Churchtown Farms auction. Got some stuff here ready. There's gonna be a lot more stuff coming in here in the next week. They'll have a big row of tractors here by next week. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be there the day of the auction to watch those 2 things sell, but I'll definitely let you guys know what they bring. Yeah, this area, there's a lot of people that have smaller farms, guys that can work on equipment, and they said the market for used spreaders is pretty high right now, so who knows what they'll bring. Thanks a lot for watching this video. See you in the next one.